When you live in a universe with infinite realities, it's hard to keep a moral compass.
Rick, why did you lie to your daughter?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Rick from Rick and Morty crossed the line.
There's infinite timelines, Morty. Why would I stay in the one where I trashed the White House, became an enemy of America, and the lowest status character in my idiot family?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at the times when the more sociopathic half of Rick and Morty took things way too far. Number 10, Space Seeds Up the Butt, Pilot.
Research, Morty.
Oh man, Rick, I'm looking around this place and I'm starting to work up some anxiety about this whole thing.
It didn't take long for Rick to show his true colors in the first episode of the series. Much to Jerry's dismay, Rick continually takes Morty out of school classes to go on crazy scientific adventures.
You see this?
In their latest mission, Rick uses Morty as a pod to help smuggle the very important mega seeds past intergalactic customs. And what better way to transport them than in the rectum?
Put them way up inside there as far as they can fit.
Oh geez, Rick, I really don't want to have to do that.
Shootouts with bureaucratic aliens ensue, lives are lost, but the seeds make it safely back to the home garage, the start of 100 years of Rick and Morty.
Temporary superintelligence is just a side effect of the mega seeds dissolving in your rectal cavity.
Number 9, Keep Summer Safe, The Ricks Must Be Crazy. With the titular duo gone on an adventure to fix the car's battery, Rick uses the vehicle's artificial intelligence to protect Summer while stranded in an alternate dimension. Rick uses protocol Keep Summer Safe, which sets in motion a series of extreme psychological and physical torture techniques when Summer is placed into any type of harm.
Psychological option detected.
This includes the literal dicing of an innocent man, and a less than pleasant simulation of a soldier's dead child. Rough.
Daddy, leave the car alone.
What?
Leave the car alone.
But you know what they say, a small price to pay for Spider Piece. Number 8, Selling Weapons to Assassins, Morty Night Run.
You know, Grandpa goes around and he does his business in public because Grandpa isn't shady.
While Rick has always been mysterious with his shady history, his lack of moral compass shines brightly in Morty Night Run. Morty realizes that Rick is selling weapons to an assassin, from Bobulus Michael, in exchange for an alien currency known as Flirbos.
Ooh, yeah, this looks deadly. So this shoots antimatter? My target can't be killed with regular matter.
It all comes full circle when Morty learns that Rick intends to use the currency for a fun-filled day at the intergalactic arcade, Blips and Chits.
You sold a gun to a murderer so you could play video games?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you spend all day shuffling words around, you can make anything sound bad, Morty.
Morty explains to Rick his actions are worse than pulling the trigger himself, but a day at an alien arcade can get your mind off things, as long as you never go back to the carpet store.
Oh, what the hell?
Number 7, Toxic Rick Toxifying the World, Rest and Ricklaxation.
It removed our toxins. We're the toxins. Are you listening, you stupid little garbage person?
What happens when you cleanse yourself of all your toxic elements? After spending the day at an intergalactic space spa, Rick is removed of all the qualities he deems negative to himself. However, the negative elements manifest in the creation of a toxic Rick, the literal embodiment of Rick's anger, ego, and vengefulness.
Get some! Right up your fucking ass, you
Toxic Rick puts in motion a plan to escape the toxic universe and toxify the real world, before his plan is foiled by the now selfless, wholehearted Rick. Despite Toxic Rick's obvious ill intentions, perhaps the most heart-wrenching fact is that Rick views his attachment to Morty as toxic.
I had all my problems removed. My entitlement, my narcissism, my crippling loneliness, my irrational attachments.
Number 6, Killing the White House Security, the Richturian Morty date.
There's no afterlife. Everything just goes black. Don't do it.
The lengths people go for a good selfie. In this season 3 finale, Rick and Morty decide to cut ties with the President of the United States out of complete boredom. Feeling as though they blew off America, the President declares war on Rick and Morty. Back in the Oval Office, Rick promises to disappear for good if the President fulfills Morty's request for a selfie.
My grandson has worked hard for you, and I feel like he's earned a selfie.
When the President refuses, Rick retaliates, killing all the White House security.
But I wouldn't recommend— Open fire! God, you are dumb!
Before getting into a bloody battle with the President himself.
You have the right to get the out of my office.
You have the right to kiss my
If one thing rings true in this episode, Rick will sacrifice innocent lives, regardless of how trivial his pursuit is. Number 5, Blowing Up Zigerions, M. Night Shyamalan's.
Monitor us? Who?
Zigerian scammers, Morty. The galaxy's most ambitious, least successful con artists.
Being countlessly outsmarted by Rick, an alien race called the Zigerions opt to trap him in a series of simulations in order to extract the formula for concentrated dark matter. While the plan is initially deemed successful, it is revealed that Rick planted false information about dark matter's true composition upon heading back to Earth. In their celebration and attempt to create dark matter, the Zigerian spaceship is instantly blown up.
And the final ingredient?
Perhaps the most sinister part is Rick doing the saxophone bit of Baker Street as he flies off to safety. That's what you get when you cross the smartest man in the galaxy. Number 4, taking Morty's memories, Morty's mind blowers. In Morty's Mind Blowers, viewers are confronted with the question, if you could delete memories from your brain, would you?
I call them Morty's Mind Blowers.
After Morty urges Rick to remove a traumatic experience from his brain, we learn that Rick keeps a secret room filled with all of Morty's archived memories. It is also revealed that Rick deletes memories Morty has of his grandpa that paint him in a negative light, such as mispronouncing words, or putting the duo in compromising positions.
I f***ing knew it, you piece of
Eventually, the two lead characters scuffle, leading to their memories being wiped clean. Lucky enough though, Summer has seen this play out too many times before and restores them back to normal.
Are you
TV
stupid
shows
bitch?
and commercials didn't
Why did you
miss
let us fall
Summer?
asleep,
Stupid
you dumb
bitch!
bitch?
Number 3, Pickle Rick, Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick!
In order to avoid family therapy sessions, Rick manifests himself into a talking pickle. When confronted, Rick convinces Beth the whole experiment was to challenge himself. This quickly snowballs out of control, however, as Rick gets mixed up in a hazardous ordeal that results in death and mayhem. After a grueling journey, Rick eventually finds himself at therapy, only to be roasted by the family's therapist, who notes that Rick's enormous mind is literally vegetating by his own hand.
You are the master of your universe, and yet you are dripping with rat blood and feces.
However, longtime fans of the show could only hope Dr. Wong's speech is the catalyst in repairing Rick and Beth's broken relationship.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Therapists, man.
Number 2, Universe in Car Battery. The Ricks must be crazy.
Morty, you gotta flip them off. I told them it means peace among worlds.
When Rick's car breaks down, he turns to the Microverse, a microscopic universe he created for the sole purpose of powering his car battery. Inside the universe, civilians spend countless hours walking on Google boxes to generate power, as Morty describes as slavery with extra steps.
You need to tell these people they're in a battery, Rick. It's messed up. There's caterers down there. They're setting up chafing dishes.
Unfazed by Morty's accusations, Rick learns of competing scientist Zeep, who creates his own universe to make Google boxes obsolete. Rick and Zeep eventually battle it out with their fists, which ends with Rick spitting over Zeep's bruised and battered body before returning to his ship. The car battery goes back on, and the Microverse civilians continue to stomp on their Google boxes.
I was gonna have to toss a broken battery, or the battery wouldn't be broken.
Hey, peace among worlds. Number 1, killing the Vindicators. Vindicators 3, The Return of World Ender.
Hello, Vindicators! Welcome to your reckoning, baby!
In this superpowered Avengers meets Saw mashup, a blackout drunk Rick sets a trap for the galaxy's strongest super team, the Vindicators. After defeating the world's greatest threat, World Ender, Rick turns his attention to dismantling the Vindicators, all to prove the point that no one is special. Or something like that. Watching Vance Maximus die trying to escape, Crocubot getting crushed to death, and leading the team to implode from within, Rick takes one final jab when he confesses his love for superhero misfit Noob Noob instead of Morty.
Motherfucker.
But it's not all bad. At least he sets up a badass logic after party.
Choo-choo train, man, he's rolling down tragedy. Everybody knows Supernova fights gravity.
Rick, Supernova's getting away.
Who cares?
But she was trying to kill us.
Morty, 20 people try to kill me every week. I end up getting high with half of them.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.